In this video, we're going to talk about availability setting. From your home page, you'll navigate to this third tab over that says My Availability. Go ahead and click on that. When you get in there, you'll see that currently in this demo user, there's no available time set up. If you want a student to be able to schedule with you or a front desk staff member to be able to schedule for you, it's essential that you set availability. Even if you just want to see a drop-in queue at the location that you're working at, you have to have availability set. So how do you get started? You just click this action drop-down menu right here. And then you would click, when there's no other times to edit, copy, or delete, you would click Add Time. Once you open up the availability window, you can select which day or days of the week you would like to be available. If you're going to be available every day of the week, you can select all the weekdays. If you're going to be available on weekends, you can include that too. You get to select the starting time of your availability and the end time of your availability. Know that this makes it so that the front desk, if you use one, or student self-scheduling, if those features are turned on, can be used. So you want to make sure it's times that you're actually available to meet students. If you're trying to set availability simply to see a drop-in queue because you're a peer advisor or a drop-in only advisor, I recommend that you pick a time outside of windows when you'd actually see students. Click like maybe 5 a.m. and then have it end at 5 a.m. as well. And then you'd select drop-ins. For most folks, this is obviously going to be actual business hours. Let's say this person wants to set their availability 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. If you are an Outlook calendar user, you can link your Outlook calendar to SSC and you'll be able to make scheduled blocks that students and front desk staff can't schedule you during. So if you have broad availability in the system, that will help. You'll then select how long this availability is active. You can choose it to be whichever term you're currently in. So it's summer 2018 right now. It'll change based on what term it is. You can select a range of dates, which is appropriate if you want to do just a couple of weeks or if you want it to make it last an entire school year, or you can select forever. I'm going to do a range of dates. And I'm going to start with today's date, which is September 7th. And I'm going to say we're going to go through halfway or part of the way through October, so to October 19th. Next, you'll need to decide what type of availability this is. If you want students and front desk staff to be able to schedule you for appointments, you'll click this Appointments button. If you need to be available for drop-ins, you'll click this button here. And if you need to schedule campaign appointments, and you can learn about campaigns in another training, you would select this. You can select more than one option as well. Typically, you might have overlapping appointment and campaigns. Some folks may also have drop-ins. For this one, let's just say you're doing some drop-in availability, where students can walk in and check in with you or the front desk or with a kiosk and get set up. You'll then select your care unit. For most users, this is going to be general advising. You'll then select the location. That's going to be your department or the building in which you work. For this instance, I'm going to select Advising Undergraduate Studies. You'll also need to select services. You can select as many or as few as one service as you would like. If you're doing student self-scheduling within your department, make sure you check with your SSC coordinator to know which specific reasons you need to be using. If you're doing a campaign, make sure you select a reason that reflects that campaign's reason as well. Let's say this person is a peer advisor and just wants to do peer advising, and they might click that for drop-ins and peer advising. If you'd like any special instructions to go out to a student if they're scheduling an appointment or a campaign, when they get a confirmation email, you can include that here. This will go out to any student that schedules during the availability that you've set, here 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So make sure that it's a general instruction, like please come to this building, or how to check in, or a phone number if you need to cancel. And you can select how many students you'd like per appointment. If you frequently do group appointments or want to set availability for a group appointment, you can change this number to whatever works best for you. Then you'll go ahead and click Save. Once you do so, that availability shows here on the list. You can then edit it, you can click it, and you can copy or delete it. Note that this shows in white because it includes today's date. If I go in and I change that really quickly, if I click Edit, and I simply change it instead of starting today to starting on Monday, it's going to turn from white to red. Don't worry about this. Red simply means that the availability doesn't include today's exact date. So it might be in the past or it could be in the future. Only things with today's date included will show up in white, and that's totally okay. So that's how you set availability. Whether it's that you need to set availability for an appointment, you would select that option. For drop-ins, you do the option we did in this video, or campaigns.